We say hello from Warren Wilson College on a 53-degree cloudy night outside. We're inside DeVries Gym. It's basketball time today on the Owls Sports Network as your Warren Wilson Owls host the Lees-McRae Bobcats. Good evening, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you here today for this big showdown between the NCAA Division II Bobcats and your Warren Wilson Owls. Let's get to the starting lineups. We'll start with Lees-McRae. The Bobcats coming in at 3-3 on the season. The head coach is Steve Harden, 13-46 in his third season. And he'll start this way. At one guard, it's number 3, Kendall Eisler, a 6'4", 190-pound junior from Winder, Georgia. At the other guard, it's number 4, Jaquise Moore, a 6'3", 180-pound senior from Concord, North Carolina. And the other guard, number 11, Jonathan Honore, a 6'1", 170-pound sophomore from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Up front for the Bobcats, number 5, Keegan Crabtree, a 6'6", 190-pound freshman from Hillsborough, North Carolina. And number 43, Tyreek Royal, a 6'8", 215-pound freshman from Kernersville, North Carolina. Now the starters for your Warren Wilson Owls come in at 6-6. The head coach is William Montz, 22-19 in his second season. Assistant coaches Matt Cantor and Anthony Behringer, and they start this way. At one guard, number 3, Ty Johnson, the senior, 6'2", 180 from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. At the other guard, it's number 23, Timmy Johnson, junior, 6'1", 180 from Wilkesboro, North Carolina. And the other guard, number 4, Justin Gagne, a junior, 6'2", 180 from Warner, North Carolina. Up front today, it's number 15, Danilo Radonjic, junior, 6'5", 190 from Montenegro. And number 32, Thomas Hay, a sophomore, 6'3", 185 out of Waynesville, North Carolina. Starters, Owls in the white, and the Bobcats are in the green as we're set to go here in DeVries Gym. Tip between Royal and Hay is won by the Bobcats, who move left to right on your screens and tablets. Here's Eisler driving right at the lane, kicks it out to Royal out on the wing. Good ball movement here at the start as Moore steps into a jumper, rises up and hits from about 15. So Lees-McRae, they like to fire and go early and often. They take a 2-0 lead. Ty Johnson into the forecourt now for the Owls. Johnson to Timmy over in the corner. Radonjic at the charity stripe. Out to Gagne. Catch and shoot three, no good. Rebound controlled by Crabtree. Looking to push, as always, are the Bobcats. Honore right at a lane. Cut off. Swings it out. Crabtree from downtown. Missed it off the back of the rim. Tipped for the rebound. Radonjic had it, lost it. But Timmy Johnson comes up with it. And here come the Owls. Radonjic out to Timmy. Thought about the three. Drives right at a lane to Hay. Underneath Radonjic all alone. And banks it off the glass. Radonjic in the game against Greensboro had a season-high 10 points. Gets on the board here. Evens it up at 2. Eisler now on the right wing. Gets a screen. Takes it to the half circle and banks it off the glass. 4-2. Bobcats averaging over 80 points a game. That's their M.O. Head coach Steve Harden likes to get at it. And me personally, I love a coach that likes to get at it. Let's see some points. Here's Ty Johnson. Open three. Can't get it to go. Rebound controlled by the Bobcats. And here comes Moore across midcourt. Swings it out to Honore. Honore. Now Eisler drives in. Gets it out. Honore from downtown. Short on the shot. Justin Gagne with the rebound. Gagne will push it into the forecourt. Gagne bounce pass is deflected off of Honore and out of bounds. So Ty Johnson will inbound over in enemy territory. Actually, he'll give away. So they huddled for a minute. Now Ty will inbound it. Ty Johnson had his 20-game streak scoring in double figures in the loss at Mars Hill on Monday. Johnson finished with just 9. Here's Timmy Johnson all alone for 3. Can't get it to go, and the Owls are cold here at the start. Eisler into the forecourt. Floater in the lane off the back of the rim. No. Tip for the rebound. Good job by Gagne to get there as Eisler was eyeing it himself. Gagne into the front court now. Bounce pass to Radonjic at the half circle. He is stripped by Moore. Moore drives into the lane, scoops it up and in. And it's the Bobcats 6, Warren Wilson 2. Here a couple of minutes into the ball game. Radonjic now. Radonjic left of the lane, doubled up, got it out to Ty Johnson, and Ty will back it out. Goes around the defender, dumps it off, looking for Radonjic. Had trouble with the pass. Eisler with the steal, full court to Moore. Moore drives in and traveled with the basketball. So Warren Wilson will get it back. Here comes Tyler Triplett. Triplett, junior 6'5", 205 pounds from Morganton, North Carolina. Trapping pressure here for the Bobcats. That pass is deflected, and the Owls with another turnover. Eisler comes up with the steal on the deflection. Honore baseline jumper from 10, no good. Timmy Johnson gets the rebound. Looks like he might have got poked in the eye, too. Ty Johnson into the front court. Now the gun on the left. Here's Triplett in the lane with the fake. Had it stripped. Owls sloppy at the start. Honore scoops it up, gets the bucket. 8-2. Lees-McRae up by 6 now. So the Bobcats up by 6. Owls got to settle their way into the ball game here. Had a good start against Mars Hill. They actually led that game by 13 at one point. Forced pass again, Triplett, another steal, and another turnover for the Bobcats. Here's Moore on the left wing. Moore gets a screen, drives into the lane, swings it out. Eisler eyes the three, and it's nothing but net. Timeout, Warren Wilson. It's a 30-second timeout. As we get a inside look at Williams-Mont's huddle, we're going to step aside here. We'll come back. Busy weekend coming up. Busy week, I should say. 2 ladies games tomorrow and Saturday, and then the men back in action on Monday. Chris Shima back here with you. Warren Wilson trailing by 9. A difficult start for the Owls, who have been sloppy against the press. Timmy Johnson, quick pass, Triplett. Triplett's pass is tipped and goes off of Thomas Hay. Another turnover for the Owls. The Owls have 6 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, 13 seconds into the ball game. Sean Dennington has come into the game, the 205-pound senior from Durham. He has the ball on the right wing. Dennington, floater on the baseline, no good. Tipped, put back attempt by Chad Hicks is no good, so Chad Hicks has also come on. Zach Wilmoth also out there. Let's see who else we got. Darius Malbin. Wilmoth catches the inbound. Dennington. Also out there is Cameron Red. Dennington left of the lane. Here's Wilmoth. Catch a shoot 3. It's nothing but net, and it is all Lees-McRae right now. Well, the Owls went to Lees-McRae last year and upset them on a game-winning basket by Ty Johnson. Another turnover, the Owls' 7th. Owls can't even let me finish a sentence without turning the ball over. Now Dennington gives it right back as he's called for the offensive foul. So as I was saying, Warren Wilson got the big upset win last year at Lees-McRae. And don't think that's not in the back of the minds of some of these Bobcats. 9 players from last year's team are here tonight, in addition to 5 newcomers. And don't think that they don't remember what happened last year. Ty Johnson hit that bucket with 1 second left. That was, at the time, the Owls' first win over an NCAA D2 program. Of course, they've won 2 since. They beat North Greenville last year here on senior night. That was a wild one. And then they upset Pfeiffer on the road this year. Triplet from downtown. Owls staying cold. Hicks with the rebound. Hicks into the forecourt. Dennington now over to Malbon, and he traveled with the basketball. Stephen Horton Jr. on for Warren Wilson for the first time. Horton Jr., the sophomore, 6'1", 185 pounds from Yokohama, Japan. Horton Jr. bounced past to Ty Johnson in the forecourt. The Owls 2 points in the first 6 minutes of this ball game. Gagne in the corner. Triplet. Back out to Ty. Here's Gagne. Deep three. Can't get it to go. Well, in addition to the 7 turnovers, Warren Wilson is just 1 of 7 from the field. That ball deflected out of bounds. Will stay on this side of the court. Folks, I'm recovering from strep throat. Actually, I still have it. So I don't know how long my voice is going to hold out. You all may have to do play-by-play at home yourselves, though, in the second half. Malbon floater no good, but he draws the foul, so he will go to the line. Darius Malbon is an 87% free throw shooter on this young season. Buries the first one. Bobcats came in 3. Added 5 players this season, a couple of transfers. Eisler came from Lewisburg College and Red, a JUCO transfer, averaged 10 points per ball game at Catawba Valley. Horton Jr. on the far side gets it out to Gagne near midcourt. Now Stephen Horton Jr. back out to Gagne. Bobcats 2-3 zone. Gagne, bounce pass over to Horton. Turnaround shot. Thomas Hay got it to go. Let's see if that'll wake the Owls up a little bit here. Dennington now into the forecourt. Swings it left side, raising up Malbon from the baseline, and he answers for the Bobcats. Into the forecourt, it's Gagne for the Owls. Gagne, Ty Johnson, back to Gagne. Gagne into the lane, nice pass to Hay, who lays it up and in. 18-6 now. Dennington, Malbon. There's Wilmoth now over Dennington. Left of the lane, passes midair, got it out to Malbon on the left, goes back to Dennington. 3 ball no good. Thomas Hay with the rebound. And here come the Owls trying to string some buckets together here. Triplet in the corner, bounce pass to Hay, deflected and taken away by Hicks. Good defense by Hicks. Well, this is no surprise. This is what the Bobcats like to do. Hicks rises up from the free throw stripe and hits. The Bobcats are averaging 2 steals. And they probably got half of that already here with 11:37 to go in the half. Horton Jr., Hay, out to Gagne. Corner 3 is long, and the rebound chased down by Wilmoth. Here's Malbon into the forecourt. Wilmoth drives into the lane. Scoop shot no good, but Triplet got a piece of him. The Bobcats are going to send in a fresh 5 at the next available whistle, so 4 of those players will probably come off here shortly, and then Wilmoth will come out after the free throws. Kentucky-style subs for head coach Steve Harden. First free throw around the rim, no good. Coming in for the Owls for the first time, it's Garth Bailey and Chris Dillard. Also coming on for the first time, E.J. Patterson. So 3 subs for the Owls, as they join Horton Jr. and Ty Johnson out on the court. After this free throw, will set the 5 on the court for the Bobcats. Second free throw, no good. Garth Bailey gets the rebound. So coming on for the first time, Josh Gaither. Also on for the first time, Rashad Felton. Here's Horton Jr. to the bucket. He is fouled. Returning for the Bobcats is Kendall Eisler. On for the first time, Raul Tutton. And one more sub. It will be Jaquise Moore who will come in after this first free throw by Horton Jr., who shoots 56% from the field. As he gets the first one to go, it's 20-7. Looks like somebody brought an owl. Nice shot. Second free throw short, but tipped right back to Horton Jr. He'll drive to the bucket. Scoop pass goes to Patterson, who couldn't catch it. And the Bobcats come up with it. Here's Eisler into the forecourt now. Honore's also returned. Tutton on the left wing takes it left of the lane and banks it in over 2 defenders. Well, right now it's all Bobcats. Their night so far, they're up 15 as we near the midway point of the first half. Garth Bailey, open 3, too strong. Rebound tip, Patterson comes up with it. Turnaround hook shot, puts it up and in. Here's Honore. Eisler puts it out to Tutton. Tutton drives into the lane, scoops it up and in. Inbound to Dillard. Horton Jr. He'll get it into mid-court. Out to Bailey now. Garth Bailey. Dillard had trouble with it. Boy, the Owls are just out of sorts right now. Garth Bailey threw it. It was deflected out of bounds. Quick sub for the Bobcats as Felton comes back into the game for Honore. Eight to shoot for the Owls. Ty Johnson will inbound it. Johnson out to Timmy Johnson, who's returned. 5 to shoot. 4 to shoot. Timmy Johnson forces it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes to Felton. Felton looking to push. Owls get back on defense. Tutton now top of the key. Over to Moore on the right. Moore swings it out. Here's Felton, and he'll back it out now. Back over to Moore, and Moore is held by Dillard. It'll be the 3rd team foul on Warren Wilson. 2 so far in this half for the Bobcats. Moore got stripped, and that goes off of him. So they say he touched it last, trying to recover it. Owls get a turnover. Chris Dillard comes out. Justin Gagne back out there. Gagne into the forecourt. Gagne goes behind his back. Scoops it Ty Johnson. Johnson into the lane. Left of the lane. Puts it up and puts it in. Oh, Timmy Johnson with the steal, and he draws the foul on Moore. So the Owls giving Lees-McRae a little taste of their own medicine here. And it'll be Timmy to go to the line. Timmy Johnson, 85% from the free throw stripe this season. First free throw up and in. So as bad as it's been for the Owls, you're down 12. You have 8:47 left to go. If you could string together some points as the rebound is missed, but it's tipped out. Timmy Johnson. Now Ty Johnson is fouled. That'll be the fourth team foul on Lees-McRae. I mean, folks, Lees-McRae is shooting 63% in the game compared to the Owls' 39%. So if the Owls can whittle away here and get it down to single digits, it's something to feel good about before the end of the half. Ty Johnson, his pass is tipped and taken away by Eisler. 3-on-1. Eisler takes it himself and gets it to roll in. Of course, if you're going to keep turning the ball over, it doesn't really matter how well or how poorly you shoot or the other team shoots. Here's Gagne, top of the key. Gagne, left elbow. Swings it out, Timmy Johnson. Back out Gagne. Back to Timmy. Timmy eyes the three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Eisler. Eisler looks to push into the lane. Lost the dribble, but Tutton was there, top of the key. Now over to Felton. In the corner, Gaither. Tutton left of the lane, rises up. Can't bank it in, but he is fouled. So both teams with 4 team fouls now. Fresh 35 to work with for the Bobcats. Not that they need it. This is not a team that cares about the shot clock. They want to get it and go. Dennington, top of the key, over to Felton on the left. Top of the key, Gaither. Back over Dennington, who's on the right. Eisler cut off on the baseline. Keeps his dribble, gets it out. Dennington. So Dennington drives into the lane. Had it blocked by Ty Johnson. Got it back. Second effort, no good. Gaither had position on the rebound and is fouled. Stephen Horton Jr. will come in for Timmy Johnson. So Dennington with the inbound, gets it to Tutton. Catch and shoot three off the back of the rim, no good. And Gagne skies for the rebound. Gagne across the timeline into the forecourt. Here's Garth Bailey from Horton Jr. Open three, got it to go. Dennington into the forecourt for the Bobcats. Eisler, quick pass, Felton in the corner. Felton gets a screen. Bounce pass goes to Tutton. Tutton drives in, and he is fouled. Tutton and Gagne have a couple of words for one another, as Tutton will go to the line. Patterson actually picked up the foul. That's team foul number 6 for Warren Wilson. So, Raul Tutton, 71% on the season. First free throw up and in for the senior from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Memphis in March, and I'm going to eat my weight in barbecue. Beale Street, I'm coming for you. I want some good live music, and I want some barbecue. Start the smoker now. Both free throws are good. Lead back to 13 for the Bobcats. Under 7 to go here in the half. Horton Jr. to Garth Bailey on the left wing. Bailey out to Gagne. Here's Ty Johnson. Catch and shoot three. It's good. Looking to push and answer quickly. The Bobcats. Tutton is bumped by Bailey, and that will put Tutton and the Bobcats into the 1-1. Well, one way that the Owls certainly can get back, and they've done so over the last couple of possessions, is the three-point shooting. The Owls this year, 43% of all of their attempts have been from behind the arc this year. They're averaging 26 attempts from behind the arc. That's 5th in the USCAA. 9.4 makes is 3rd in the USCAA. And they're shooting 36% from behind the arc, which is 8th in the nation. The problem is their opponents are shooting 42%. Front end of the 1-1 is good. Tutton will get another one. But it has kept the Owls competitive. And in some of these ball games, you saw it on Monday against Mars Hill. It was a contributing factor to the win at Pfeiffer. And a couple here have the Owls down 12 now. Horton Jr. Gagne gets it across to midcourt. Out to Ty. Same spot, same result. Ty Johnson with 8 points, and it's single digits. Felton out to Eisler. Drives baseline. Can't get the bucket, but he draws yet another foul. So the Bobcats will go to the free throw stripe. Eisler 60% on the season at the charity stripe. Owls with 8 team fouls. Lees-McRae with 4. Well, normally we have an interview at halftime. We're going to give you all a break. So no interviews or anything at halftime. So at the half, you can go make a sandwich. Make some soup and send it to me. Strep throat is no joke, people. It's been 10 days now that I've been dealing with this. I haven't been sick. I haven't been to the doctor in 10 years. I actually had to go and seek out a doctor's help for the first time in over a decade. Second free throw is also good, I know. I'm just looking for pity, but if you don't have anything better to do at half, you could ship the soup right to Warren Wilson. I'll take all of it. Horton Jr. Here's Ty Johnson. Triplet, left elbow, turnaround jumper around the rim, no. Wilmoth with the rebound, he's come on. Malbon also checking in, as is Red. Hicks. Here's Wilmoth for 3, no good. Red offensive rebound, and he is tripped up by Ty Johnson, they say. The fifth sub, Jonathan Honore. Meanwhile, 5 on the court for Warren Wilson. It's Thomas Hay, Tyler Triplett, Stephen Horton Jr., Ty Johnson, and Justin Gagne. So at halftime, we'll take a break of about 10 or 12 minutes, and then we'll have first half stats and second half play-by-play. That's all coming up. Owls 9 team fouls now. Red still a 1-1 situation, I believe. Red on the season, 5 out of 10 from the charity stripe. Make it 6 out of 11 as he gets the front end of the 1-1 here. Lead back to 12 now for the Owls. Misses the second, tip for the rebound, it comes to Gagne. Horton Jr. looking for some help. Ty Johnson catches it in the forecourt, got doubled up, and now he is fouled. So that is team foul number 5 on the Bobcats with 5:30 left to go. Ty Johnson will inbound. Got it to Gagne. Horton Jr. top of the key. Scoops it over to Ty on the right wing. Johnson spins in. And they call a foul, I believe. I wanted to say Hicks, but it looks like it'll be Malbon on the arm. So Ty Johnson will go to the line for 2. I believe this is the same crew that we had for Toccoa Falls, and we also had for Greensboro, where we saw a whole bunch of free throws. So if you're watching this and you're a Lees-McRae fan, this may be one of the longer games, just based on this this crew that we're starting to know so well here at Warren Wilson. Over on the far side, rising up, jumper no good from Red. Tip for the rebound, Horton Jr. comes up with it. He'll look to push. Out to Ty Johnson, that same spot, short on the 3 that time. Fight for the rebound, Honore comes up with it, and he is held. So that means double bonus for the Bobcats. Honore 82% at the line, gets the first one to go. Lead back to 11 now. Garth Bailey comes in for Ty Johnson. Johnson picking up his second foul there. Honore, second free throw also good. And the lead is 12. Gagne into the forecourt himself. Spins in, and another foul. The Bobcats over the limit. So the Owls get into the bonus here as Gagne will go to the line. Just an 80% free throw shooter on the season. There's the Owl again. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. This being Warren Wilson, I have to think that that's a fake owl. They didn't stuff one. Very animal-conscious student body. It's still pretty cool looking. And a mental error there from Red, who stepped over the line before he inbounded the ball. So, an early Christmas present from the Bobcats to the Owls here, as Garth Bailey will inbound it. Alley-oop to Triplett, who puts it up and in. Lees-McRae was sleeping. Honore into the forecourt. Horton Jr. on him. Gets it out, Wilmoth, corner three. It's good. Big answer by Lees-McRae as the Owls cut it to 8. That was the closest that the Owls have been since the opening minutes. Gagne into the forecourt. Gagne, bounce pass to Hay. Swings it back out to Justin. Gagne, bad pass. Hicks was there and takes it away. Honore into the forecourt now for the Bobcats. Honore, spin, cut off on the baseline. It's swung over Wilmoth. Now back Honore on the right wing. Takes it right at the lane, floats it up. No, but he is fouled, and we'll go back to the line. Triplett picks up his third. And again, folks, they're calling it close, so just like we've seen, fouls will be a factor towards the end of this game. Danilo Radonjic will come in. The Bobcats sending in a fresh set of players. We'll update their 5 on the floor as soon as Honore shoots this free throw. Bucket is good. So Tutton will come in for him. Dennington also back out there. Gaither on for the first time, or returning is Keegan Crabtree, as Bailey gets it to Horton Jr. And Eisler, that's the 5 for the Bobcats. Horton Jr. looking underneath. Hay had trouble with the pass, recovers, shot blocked, looking to get it back. Dennington comes up with it. Dennington swings it over Crabtree. Ball moves the perimeter now to Tutton. Tutton tries left of the lane. Shot blocked by Hay. Radonjic comes up with it. And gets it out to Gagne, who will get it into the forecourt. Gagne bounce pass underneath. Radonjic lays it up and in. And we will have a timeout. Well, while we have a timeout, I promised her that we'd do this. Go ahead and zoom out just a little bit. It's Danny Henderson's birthday, and she asked for a shout-out. So I'm gonna give Danny a special shout-out here. Now hold the camera perfectly still right there. I'm gonna try to do a little something here with Danny, if she would quit moving her head around. All right, there's a little birthday hat for Danny Henderson. So Danny wanted a shout-out. We got her a shout-out and a little birthday hat. That can't seem to stay on her head right now, but that's okay. Happy birthday, Danny. Danny's without a doubt one of my favorite people here at Warren Wilson. Hope it's a good one, Danny. Back to live action now. Bobcats with the basketball. Here is Tutton. Gets it over to Eisler on the right. Swing to Crabtree. Turnaround baseline jumper. An air ball. Offensive rebound comes to Tutton. Can't get it to go. And Hay collects the board for the Owls. Justin Gagne across the timeline into the forecourt. Gagne going one-on-one with Eisler, and a foul is called on Eisler. That's team foul number 8. So the Owls still in the 1-1 here. Gagne back at the line. 80% coming in the play tonight. Gagne 2 for 2 so far. Make it 3 for 3. Gagne, second one, nothing but net. So the lead is 8. Eisler on the right, throws cross court, Crabtree. Hands it off Gaither. Dennington, same spot. Now tries left of the lane, floats it off the glass and in. Inbound goes to Gagne. Bobcats back off the pressure. Here's Horton Jr. top of the key. Radonjic now takes it left side. Out to Bailey. Bailey, 15 to shoot, still plenty of time. Garth Bailey into the lane. Out to Horton Jr. Top of the key. Gagne fakes the 3, flies into the lane, and is called for the offensive foul. So no free throws, but the Bobcats will get the basketball back here. And a chance to go back up double digits. At one point, it was 16-2 with 13:42 left to go in this ball game. The Owls have recovered. What would they call here? Well, they're giving free throws to Dennington as he gets the first one to go. And I'm not sure why. They must have. So the Bobcats get 2 free throws. We'll check on that at halftime. And they also get the ball back. There must have been a T somewhere. So Bobcats into the forecourt now. Dennington. Tutton top of the key, right back to Dennington. Takes it right at the lane. Can't get the jumper, though. From just inside the arc, Gagne with the rebound. Now he looks to push. Drives into the lane. Can't get the roll, but he's fouled, and we'll go back to the line. Let's set the upcoming broadcast schedule for you folks quickly here. Women in action on Friday and Saturday. The men back in action on Monday. Gagne first free throw up and in. That was the 9th team foul, by the way, for the Bobcats. Gagne's second free throw is short, and the rebound controlled by Gaither. So Josh Gaither gets the rebound. Dennington gets it into the forecourt, and here come the Bobcats, up by 11. Crabtree tries left of the lane. Swung from Gaither, now Dennington. Dennington on the baseline, takes it left of the lane. Up top, Tutton, floater in the lane, makes the roll. Well, give the Bobcats credit. The Owls cut the lead to 8, but Bobcats push it right back out to 13 on a mini burst here. 46 seconds left to go. Horton Jr. doubled up and stripped. Crabtree, Dennington, Gagne knocked it out of bounds. 5-second difference between game and shot clock here. Gaither with the inbound, and the Bobcats appear like they will run some clock. So the Bobcats' largest lead, 14. Right now they're up 13. 15 to shoot. Dennington. Dennington drives into the lane, gets it out. Crabtree, quick pass to Eisler. Now with 5 to shoot. Eisler drives in, draws contact, but can't get the bucket. Eisler will go to the line for 2 free throws, though. Horton Jr. picks up the foul. That's his first. 7.4 seconds left to work with here in the half. Eisler 60% coming into play tonight. Gets the first one to go. Royal coming back in for the Bobcats. Felton also returns. Eisler. Second free throw, no good. Rebound controlled by Bailey. Bailey throws full court to Horton Jr. Jr. rises up at the buzzer. It's short. And the first half comes to an end. Lees-McRae matches its biggest lead of the game at 14. As you get a look at the Owls' new mascot. There's the new owl right there on your screen. Not much to choose for him. As the Owls trail by 14, we'll take a break, come back in about 12 minutes and give you the first half numbers. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Just about set for the start of the second half. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you here at Warren Wilson. Bobcats with a good opening 20 minutes. They have a 14-point lead, thanks in part to 9 steals. They've already matched their season average for steals per night with 9 here in the first half. Owls turned the ball over 13 times. Warren Wilson shooting 44% to 54% for Lees-McRae. And leading scorers in the first half for Lees-McRae, Kendall Eisler with 10 points. Darius Mulbun Raul Tutton off the bench with 10. Leading scorers for the Owls in the first half, Ty Johnson, 3 of 4 shooting, had 10 points. Justin Gagne had 5. So the Owls appeared like they were on their way towards a comeback. Trailed by 8, but give the Bobcats credit. They played a whale of a first half and answered every Owls run. Let's see what Warren Wilson could do, though, here in the final 20s. We're underway here in the second half with the Owls possessing, moving left to right on your screens and tablets. Ty Johnson up top. Gagne bounced past to Hay, and Hay flubbed it and lost it to Royal, who comes up with a steal. 10th steal. Here's Crabtree from downtown. Short on the shot. Hay had position for the rebound, and Eisler came flying in. So the first foul of the second half belongs to the Bobcats, and Eisler picks up his second. Gagne, Radonjic, out to Horton Jr. So Horton Jr. Changing the starting lineup. Timmy Johnson started the game. He does not start the second half. Gagne's pass is deflected, diving for it, Eisler. Throws it over Honore. Scoop shot in the lane, no good. Gagne tipped rebound comes to Horton Jr. One thing about the Owls, when they've been successful this year, it's been guard rebounding. Ty Johnson, Steven Stefan, Justin Gagne, they've combined to average 13.5 rebounds per game. The 4 guards that see extensive minutes for the Owls. Here's Ty Johnson on the right. Now Horton Jr. on the baseline. Takes it to the wing. Back to Ty. Over to Gagne. Deep 3 with the shot clock running down. No good. Ball tipped out. Thomas Hay. Gagne lost it. Moore comes up with the steal. Behind the back to Honore, who lays it up and in. And the Bobcats with their biggest lead of the night now at 16. It has been sloppy for the Owls here tonight. And when you're playing a D2 school, a scholarship school, you can't be sloppy and expect to win. Ty Johnson from downtown, no good. Rebound controlled by Royal for the Bobcats. Honore across in the corner, Crab. Eisler on the left wing, drives into the lane, kicks it out. Honore fakes the 3, drives in, dishes it. Eisler, baseline jumper is good, and it's an 18-point advantage. So the Bobcats came in averaging 80.2 points per ball game, and they're well on the way to over 90 here in this one. They have scored over 90 a couple of times this year. The key stat, really, as Warren Wilson will call for time. So we will make you wait 30 seconds for that key stat. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owl Sports Network. We'll be right back. Check the upcoming broadcast schedule. Tomorrow, the women will take on Johnson University. Then Saturday afternoon, the women battle MacU. And on Monday, the men return home to take on Bob Jones. All of those games will be broadcast. And hopefully my voice will hold up, and all of them will have audio. Out of the timeout, the Owls, their biggest deficit of the night, as I was saying before that timeout. Wins for the Bobcats this year. They're averaging 84 points per ball game. In the 3 losses, they're averaging 76.3. So that's the magic number, really, for the Bobcats. If they can get over 76, they are likely to win. 9 to shoot now for the Owls. Gagne, step back 3, grazes the rim. Radonjic, offensive rebound. Back out to Gagne. So the Owls will try to set up some offense here. Ball moves around the perimeter. Thomas Hay now. Nice pass underneath by Hay to Radonjic. Into the forecourt now, Honore. Swings it left wing to Moore. Moore, nice crossover move. Cross court now, Honore drives into the lane, and he's fouled, they say, on the floor. Bobcats also playing maybe a little more loose because they know that they've got some time off. They don't play again until December 15th when they host Brevard, a D3 program. Honore, inbound Eisler on the right wing, out to Moore, back to Eisler. Eisler right of the lane, swings it cross court. Crabtree from downtown, long on the shot. Horton Jr. with the rebound to Radonjic. Radonjic drives in short on the shot. Horton Jr. tried for the tip. Crabtree is there to clean that miss up. Now Honore now out to Eisler, open right baseline 3, and he gets it. So Lees-McRae right now enacting a little revenge over the Owls after that home defeat last year. They are putting it to Wilson right now. Radonjic comes out on for the first time. Stephon Cates, the freshman from Oxford. So let's see if Cates can provide some offense. He's got the ability to put up some big numbers. He scored over 25 in 2 ball games, averaging 8.8 points per ball game. Gagne steps into a 3. Got it. You're never dead as long as you can hit the 3 ball, and the Owls can certainly do that, although it's been hit or miss for Gagne this year. Gagne coming off a 27-point performance. Eisler, open, airballed it. Horton Jr. with the rebound. Horton Jr. bounce pass to Cates. Cates drives in, and he's fouled by Crabtree. So Cates will go to the line. Stephon 69% at the charity stripe this season. That's the second team foul here in the half by the Bobcats. The Owls with 1. Crabtree, that was his first foul. Garth Bailey getting set to check in. Bobcats are going to send in the farm as Cates misses it back of the rim. So a fresh 5 for the Bobcats. It's Wilmoth, it's Red, it's Hicks, Malbon, and Dennington. So Dennington comes in, and I think that's all 5. Bobcats keeping me on my toes tonight. Cates trying to go 1 for 2. He does. And it's a 15-point advantage for Lees-McRae now. Dennington into the forecourt as the Bobcats go right to left. Dennington swings it left wing to Malbon. Malbon gets a screen. Gagne able to stay with him. Goes strong off the glass. Put back by Red is rejected by Hay, but they say they got a piece of him. Actually, the foul goes on Garth Bailey, who's come on. So Bailey picked up the foul. Red will go to the line. Red first free throw is short. So Red is now 1 out of 3 tonight and 6 out of 13 on the season. Red's second free throw bounces up and in. Both teams with 2 team fouls. Garth Bailey picked up his second on that foul. Getting trapped by Cats. Bailey catches it in the forecourt from Gagne. Bailey directing traffic. Coach Mott's calling out a play, scoops it over to Gagne. Gagne gets a screen, dribbles to the right, and buries the jumper. They call it a 2. Gagne running up on the defender, Malbon, and now Malbon called for the offensive foul. Third team foul on Lees-McRae. Gagne now Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson, Bailey into the forecourt. Ty will get it to Gagne now. Gagne trying to get it going here. Gagne takes it strong to the bucket. Can't get the roll, but he's fouled. Team foul number 4 on Lees-McRae now. So Gagne back at the line so far today. Justin Gagne is 5 out of 6 from the charity stripe. Make it 6 out of 7 as he gets the first one to go. So that's one way to hang around, get the other team in foul trouble, and that's what the Owls are doing right now. As Gagne gets 2 out of 2. So the lead is 12. It was 18. Bobcats able to answer the Owls' runs in the first half. Here in the second, Dennington hits it out. Hicks, catch and shoot 3 ball is good. And another dagger for the Bobcats. Gagne. Ty Johnson. Here's Cates. Cates on the left wing. Open 3. Got it to go. And we're going to get a timeout as Steve Harden is upset with his team. It's a full timeout as the Owls try to wish the Owls a little good luck here. We'll step aside. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owls Sports Network. Owls down by 12. It'll be Bobcats with the basketball out of the timeout. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here. Gym on the campus of Warren Wilson College, wherever you're watching from. As always, we appreciate it. Big week coming up as we start to wrap things up before the Christmas break. Owls will take on Bob Jones on Monday, and then they go to Coastal Carolina on Thursday. We're going to have that one for you. It'll be an audio-only broadcast. We're not allowed to do a video broadcast at D1 schools, but we will still cover that one for you. Good miss and rebound, Thomas Hay. Good defense by the Owls. Here comes Warren Wilson now. Gagne from downtown. Can't get that one to go. Malbon gets the rebound. Into the forecourt. Malbon swings it over to Hicks. Hicks on the right side, guarded by Bailey. Hicks skies it for Dennington. Dennington drives into the lane. Cates poked him from behind and is called for the reach. Team foul number 3. Malbon looking to inbound. Dennington on the baseline, guarded by Gagne. Drives into the lane and short on the shot, but they say Hay got a piece of him, I believe. So Dennington will go to the line. And that's a big foul. Team foul number 4. Both teams now with 4 team fouls. Thomas Hayes first as Dennington on the night. 2 out of 2 so far. Make it 3 out of 3 as he gets the first one here. Hay will come out as Patterson comes in for him. So Patterson, Cates, Bailey, Ty Johnson, Justin Gagne. That's the 5 on the court for the Owls. Second free throw up and in. Lead back to 14 now. Ty Johnson and Gagne working against the trap. Bailey on the baseline. Scoops it over. Cates. Cates fakes the 3. Bounce pass underneath. Patterson puts it up and in. Good extra pass there by Cates, as Patterson's defender went to help on Cates, and Cates able to recognize. Picks up the assist. Dennington on the baseline. Oh, bad pass taken away by Patterson. Patterson flips it up, looking to draw contact. No foul is called. We've had a whistle on everything else, and now the Bobcats running the floor. Dennington back to Wilmoth on the give and go, and he lays it up and in. Ty Johnson and gives it to Gagne. Gagne walks it into the forecourt, gets a screen. Over to Cates, baseline 3, can't get it to go. Skying for the rebound, Wilmoth. Dennington into the forecourt, gets a screen, rises up from the elbow, can't get it to go back rim, tip for the rebound, and it's going to be deflected off of the Owls. Fresh 5 for the Bobcats. Gaither, Moore, Tutton, Felton, and somebody else. Eisler, that's the 5. Tyler Triplett's going to come back in for the Owls. He'll replace Garth Bailey up front. So Gaither will inbound it. It's an in the Felton. Moore up top. Gaither gets a screen, takes it to the half circle. Jumper from 15, no good. Ty Johnson with the rebound. And Johnson will bring it up the court himself with under 11 to go in the ball game. Ty Johnson faking the 3, rises up short, left of the lane. Rebound controlled by Moore. Moore 13.8 points per ball game. 13.8 points per ball game last year for Moore, the senior in his final year. Eisler loses the dribble. Triplett gets it to Cates in the forecourt. Cates has a 3-on-2. Takes it himself and can't get the bucket, but he's fouled. That is team foul number 5 on the Bobcats. So Cates back at the free throw stripe. Misses the first one. Cates is now 1 out of 3 from the free throw stripe here tonight. Looking for his 5th point here. And he gets the roll. Felton into the forecourt. Bobcats have led by as many as 18. They've controlled this ball game since the opening tip, and Moore is going to get to the free throw stripe for 2 shots now. Jaquise Moore. As Patterson picks up his 4th, he will have to come out as Thomas Hay will come in. So Moore at the line again. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Jaquise Moore. Actually, this is his first free throws attempts of the night as he gets the first one to go. 73% free throw shooter. So Hay comes in for Patterson, who leaves after picking up his 4th. Second free throw no good. Offensive rebound by Felton as he'll back it out. Felton Kicks it out, Tutton, all day from downtown, missed it front rim. Gagne chases down the rebound. Owls into the forecourt, Justin Gagne takes it to the baseline, a triplet. Out to Johnson, left wing three, no good. Rebound controlled by Eisler. Eisler looking to push now. Scoops it over to Felton. Felton with Gagne on him. And Felton will slow things down and set up the offense. Looking for a screen now. Dribbles to the right. Swings it over to Tutton up top. Pass over to Moore on the left. 5 to shoot. Tutton drives into the lane. Puts it off the back of the rim. No good. And Thomas Hay gets the rebound. Moore got a hand in there, but Hay able to stay with it. In the front court now, Ty Johnson goes to Gagne out near midcourt. Here's Ty Johnson on the baseline. Spins in, floats it, no good. Hay kept it alive. Ty Johnson draws contact, and he will go to the line. So Ty Johnson, as Gaither picks up the foul, 16th foul on Lees-McRae, so the Owls will be in the bonus on the next defensive set foul. Ty Johnson 76% at the line this season. First one, nothing but net. The Owls so far against NCAA programs, 2-3 this season. Wins against Pfeiffer and Greensboro. They lost against Greensboro, Citadel, and Mars Hill. They are in a brutal stretch right now, folks. You go back to Saturday, they went to Citadel and got creamed. Then they go to Mars Hill, led that game by 13 at one point. And Mars Hill's a pretty good D2 program. Now you've got the here. Ty Johnson is called for a foul that he did not agree with. So you've got Lees-McRae tonight, and then you get a break from the NCAA schools on Monday against Bob Jones, and then you wrap up this brutal stretch at Coastal Carolina. The Owls at 6-6 right now, all things considered. I mean, they played more than half of their schedule against pretty good NCAA opponents. We've got some conversation going on. The clock had to be reset, so off the foul. Both teams now with 16 fouls. That inbound, Tyler Triplett was awake, got it to Ty Johnson, then he's stripped, and Tutton lays it up and in. Gagne into the forecourt to Cates on the right wing. Bounce pass, Thomas Hay, defender gambled. Hay goes up, and it's rejected by Eisler. The Bobcats walking it up the court now. A little more methodic. Gaither's pass deflected by Ty Johnson. Cates with the steal, gets it to Ty. Now over to Gagne. Gagne back to Ty on the left wing. Triplett left post. Triplett, and he's called for the offensive foul. Well, Gaither, I mean, I'll nominate him for an Emmy. That was some pretty good. That was some Meryl Streep type stuff there by Gaither, who gets the call. And against these officials, anything's possible. So, not a bad idea. The Owls, by the way, over the limit, but it's an offensive foul, so no 1-1. It is Bobcats' ball, though. They're up 14. Tutton, right of the lane. Tutton traveled with the basketball. So, turnover gives the ball back to the Owls. 7:28 left to go. Not out of the realm of possibility for a comeback here, but the Owls got to get it going. If they can get it to around 9 or 10, 8, 9, or 10, with about 5 minutes left to go, then you've got a chance. Justin Gagne gets the roll, and it's 12. Of course, as I mentioned all game, the Bobcats have answered every time the Owls looked like they were going to make a threat. Bobcats' biggest lead was 18. Draws the foul on Hay, and now Tutton will go to the line for the 1-and-1. As the Owls, that's their 8th team foul. Thomas Hay picks up his 2nd. So Tutton at the free throw stripe once again. Raul Tutton, perfect 4 out of 4 from the charity stripe here tonight. Tutton came in shooting 71%. Those numbers will go up after this night's done. And he bangs in the front end of the 1-and-1, so he'll get another for his troubles. Tutton's second one is also good. And the Bobcats are going to send in a fresh 5. Here is Chad Hicks coming in. Crabtree returning. Royal returning. Honore returning. Wilmoth returns. And did I miss anybody? I think that's everybody. So the 5 on the court for the Bobcats. Ty Johnson, Justin Gagne, Garth Bailey, Stephon Cates, and Thomas Hay. The 5 for Wilson. Ty Johnson, catch and shoot 3. Got it to go. 66-55. 6:40 left to go. As I said, you want the 8 to 10 point range with about 5 minutes to have a realistic shot. That's factoring in the Owls attempting a few 3-pointers here. Honore. Now Crabtree drives in. Gets it out Wilmoth from downtown. Long on the 3. Cates had the rebound. Lost it, but Hicks deflects it out of bounds. So the ball goes back to the Owls. Remember, against Toccoa Falls, it looked like the Owls were dead in the water. And they came back late and made things very interesting. Here's Justin Gagne behind the back. Turnaround shot in the lane. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, no good. Put back blocked by Royal. And here come the Bobcats. Honore, top of the key. And he'll back it out. Bounce pass goes to Wilmoth. Looking for Crabtree. Out to Hicks. Extra pass, open jumper for Hicks. No good. Ball tipped. Wilmoth gets the rebound, and underneath, another foul on the Owls. Cates picks up his 2nd. And Wilmoth will go to the line for a 1-and-1 here. Wilmoth 0 for 2 from the charity stripe tonight. Justin Gagne will come out. Chris Dillard comes in for him. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Zach Wilmoth came in 0 for 1 from the charity stripe this season. The freshman, one of 5 new players to this program. Steve Harden looking to build it up. 7 wins last year, 3 in his first. He's got 3 already here this season. And on their way to win number 4 with 5:32 left to go. Ty Johnson on the right. Johnson left of the lane, into the lane, draws the foul. So Ty Johnson will go back to the line. Remember the stat we told you earlier, in the 3 wins this year, Lees-McRae averaging 84 points per ball game. In the 3 losses, 76.3. They're at 68 right now. Ty Johnson gets the first free throw to go. Johnson's second one is up and in. So it's still 11. The Owls just off that mark of where they need to be at the 5-minute mark. Honoré into the forecourt, drives into the lane, floats it up, floats it in. The Bobcats offense has been on point here tonight. Ty Johnson into the forecourt. Johnson on the elbow. Swings it over to Cates. Cates on the right. Takes it up top into the lane. Cates is stripped. Hay is there and puts it up and in. Honoré now will walk it into the forecourt for the Bobcats. Folks, usually we do Owls postgame. Due to the strep throat that I have right now, we're not going to do a postgame. Oh, Honoré misses the first, but gets it on the second effort. And the lead is at 13 again. Bobcats, Cates behind the back, and he is fouled. So Stephon Cates will go to the line. And the Bobcats go over the foul limit with 4:13 left to go. Cates' first free throw rims in. So the Owls haven't had trouble scoring since about 7 minutes into the ball game when they only had 2 points. But they've got to get stops on this end now. William Montz calls timeout. He will talk, I assume, about just that. So 4:13 left to go. Lees-McRae with an 11-point lead. You're watching Warren Wilson basketball on the Owl Sports Network. Another reminder about the upcoming broadcast schedule, folks. We've got games tomorrow and Saturday, and we will also have the men taking on Bob Jones on Monday. So games Friday and Saturday at 7 and 2 p.m., and the game on Monday at 7. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you here today at Warren Wilson. Bobcats have led since the opening tip. Owls trying to hang around and make things interesting as we go inside the 4-minute mark here in this ball game. Here's Hicks, top of the key. Has to back it out. Swings it over. Honoré drives to the bucket. Can't get the roll, but he gets the foul. Well, the Bobcats aren't doing anything particularly mind-boggling right now. They're just driving to the bucket, and the Owls have to figure out how to not foul them and play good defense at the same time. So Honoré back at the line, gets the first free throw to go. Owls are in the double bonus now. 10 team fouls for Warren Wilson, 8 for Lees-McRae. Garth Bailey comes out. That free throw is good. So Ty Johnson, Justin Gagne, Chris Dillard out on the court with Stephon Cates and Thomas Hay. A new 5 for the Bobcats. Gaither comes in with Tutton, Moore, Dennington, and Eisler. That's the 5 for the Bobcats. Here's Gagne into the forecourt now. Gagne, ball tipped and taken away by Tutton. Bobcats came in averaging 9.2 steals per night. They had 9 in the first half, and they are up to 12 now here in the ball game. Here's Eisler in the corner, takes it baseline into the lane, floats it up short. fight for the rebound. They call it jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Bobcats. So the Owls off until Monday when they host Bob Jones. Then they go to Coastal Carolina on Thursday. Inbound goes to Tutton. Swings it over to Moore. As I mentioned in the first half, the Bobcats off until December 15th. They'll host Brevard at home. And Gagne is called for a reach, and yet another Warren Wilson foul. Gagne picks up his third, and more free throws to come for the Bobcats. First free throw rims in for Moore. So Lees-McRae getting a little revenge here tonight after that upset victory. The Owls last year in Banner Elk, they have really played well, and it's that third year. You know, Steve Harden in his third season. Ty Johnson raises up from downtown and gets the bucket to go. It's that third year when coaches are given the opportunity, and sometimes they're not in college athletics. We see that, you know, it used to be the 3-year mark is where you get a good gauge of where the program's at when you bring in a new coach. Steve Harden won 3 games in his first year, 7 last year, and he's on his way to win number 4 already here this year. And we're not even at the beginning of December, or just at the beginning of December, I should say. So this is definitely a program on the rise. The Owls caught him last year. Gagne, that 3-ball grazes the rim. Hay tries to save it, but it comes to the Bobcats, who are looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Tutton skies it. Dennington over on the near side of your screen. 13-point ball game. Dennington to the cutter. And Moore can't get the bucket, but Jaquise Moore will go to the free throw stripe. And how about the senior Moore, who's been a part of it for the Bobcats? As I mentioned, they had 9 players return, but a couple of key additions. First free throw up and in for Moore. Those key additions for the Bobcats have played well. Eisler from Lewisburg College. Last year, he averaged 7.5 per ball game, shot 47%. Here's Cates, throws up a wild shot, and a bad offensive sequence for the Owls there. As the Bobcats are looking to put, there's trouble for Dennington, as he dribbles it right out of bounds. So Cates recovers after that bad offensive play with good defense. Dennington will come out now as Honoré comes back in. What do we have here? False start. Clock never started. Again, no post game here tonight, folks. I'm going to get off the air and start resting my voice for the next 2 games this weekend and on Monday as well. So Ty Johnson will inbound it when we're set to go again. Gagne into the forecourt. Gagne right of the lane. Count it, and the foul. Gaither tried to draw the charge. Oh, correction, they called it on Gagne. I thought they counted the bucket, but they called an offensive foul on Justin, so never mind. Turnover gives the ball back to the Bobcats. And again, not as many D1 schools this year for the Owls. Remember, they played 4 straight D1 schools last year, all on the road. But this stretch, I think, is even tougher, just because of the type of opponents. You have a Bobcats team that's on the rise. Mars Hill is a division contending team. Eisler is fouled by Bailey, so he'll shoot free throws. Citadel is not a strong D1 program, but a D1 program is a D1 program. Coastal Carolina, who we'll see next Thursday, they were the dandies in the March Madness tournament last year. It's a rough stretch. And the Owls, also don't forget about Pfeiffer and the 2 games against Greensboro earlier this season. I mean, give them credit. The Owls did not play well here tonight. But better and brighter days are ahead. Ty Johnson draws the foul on Eisler, who can't believe himself there. So Ty Johnson's going to get 3 free throws here with 1:12 left to go. Ty Johnson. First one, nothing but net. Ty Johnson now 7 for 7 from the charity stripe here tonight. Second free throw by Johnson is good. And the third one rims in. 1:09 left to go in the ball game. One item of note, since we didn't get a chance to talk on Monday at Mars Hill, the Owls finished 6-5 in November. That 6-5 record in November for Warren Wilson, the best start for the Owls since 2008, when they only played 2 games in November and went 1-1. So tonight is one the Owls will certainly like to forget, but going to 6-7, they are still well in control of their own destiny. As we go inside 30 seconds, Honore is fouled again, so he'll put some sprinkles on Sunday for the Bobcats, who have led from start to finish here with 26.5 seconds left to go. Honore, first free throw up and in. Score on your screen is off, by the way. 67-84. We gave 2 points to the Owls that belong to the Bobcats. Here's a 3 by Gagne that's short. Bailey saves it, but right to Eisler, who will take it into the forecourt and run the clock out. So Lees-McRae will go to 4-3 on the season. They're off until December 15th when they host Brevard. The Owls fall to 6-7 and 3-2 here at home. They'll be back in action on Monday at 7 p.m. And before we let you go, let's set the final reminder for the broadcast schedule. And reminder again, we'll be back on tomorrow. The ladies taking on Johnson University at 7 p.m. Then the women will be back here against Mid-Atlantic Christian at 2 p.m. Saturday. And then the men will host Bob Jones 7 p.m. on Monday. So once again, your final score, it's Lees-McRae 84, Warren Wilson 67. My name's Chris Sheeman. You have yourselves a good weekend, and we'll talk to you again